dude, I think it's pretty cool that it's like we're inviting people into our house. No one's here.
Yeah, that it is pretty cool.
Maybe eventually they'll come.
Yeah, absolutely.
It says live chat is unavailable. I don't know why. So tell me again how many you categorized.
800.
So these were the tougher ones today.
Yeah.
Out of so what would you say that puts it aside? Like overall, about how many?
Overall, our category is 5,687.
Okay. Out of how many?
7,000.
7,067. Cool. Sweet man.
How would you like my invoices to be set up? A new one every week?
Today Thursday.
Today is Thursday.
Uh
Or just keep building on top like I did the other time?
no. New one each week, and make that new one whatever our numbering system was. It was like this year, this month, and then what number it was this month. So this will be the second week or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Careful not to expose.
Right? That's very true.
Oh, okay, cool. You told me that already?
Yes.
Okay.
trying to jet myself.
Yeah, I don't want that either. Cool, man.
See my niece and all that stuff. It'll be fun.
Bang, bang, boom. I think that's what we need. It's July. Yep. Good stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Barn doors. Saloon doors.
Saloon door. That's it.
It's a barn. Speaking of which, yeah, cool. Let's just take the trash out. You don't have to toss anything in there.
Yeah, I planned on doing it today, but then I saw that.
All right, dude. Have a great weekend. Thank you again. Catch you next time.
Yeah. Today.
Hmm. Now, the system that I have here isn't super efficient. Still working on it. What is this alert box thing? All right, so that's done. There's something else I did today, as a matter of fact, which was Okay. Cool. Cool, man. All right, cool, man. Nobody's watching this live stream yet. I don't think that it's of any kind of interest to anyone yet, but sometimes, like, you have to just do something that seems silly and pointless because you have an intuition and then you innovate, like then once you take action, the subconscious can bring forth ideas. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. So I actually am going to step out of the office for a minute. I'm going to take a quick little break and I'll be right back in a minute to go on to responding to proposal feedback. This is cool, man. It's getting there. I'm looking to see if there's like a banner or something that I can add. See some widgets. I don't see any banners. That's interesting. Seems like that would be a tip ticker. No, I don't want that. Image slideshow, color block, instant replay. Color block is kind of it. Okay, how about I add a color block? Let's find find out what this is like. Okay, so there's that. I'll make it like dark. Pretty much the color on my monitor. Okay. And then I can make it like this. And say, need another text. Let's see. Be right back. And that's too large, right? Something like that, I'm guessing. Put it right here. Okay. I will be right back. Where's center on screen? What if we did that? So we can't rotate it. Apparently we cannot rotate it. That's too bad. All right. Yes, 480 is like. This doesn't snap to the center. Hmm. All right, well, at any rate. Oh shit. All right, that's good enough. All right, I will be right back. I am back. Anybody watching this? No, no viewers still. That's okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. First, going to spit out the mint. And I'm going to take a swig of water. All right. So I'm assuming this is working. Cool. This is so weird and funny. Um, I'm going to close my door so I can do this in private. Still pretty much correct. Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess a few things. I don't know how to make people come watch this live stream. You know what I mean? Honestly, I don't even know if it's worth doing this live stream. So I might end it at some point, but let's give it a chance. So today I went to a client's house. You know what? This is stupid, right? What I'm, there's no reason to talk about the stuff that I did. What needs to be done is I need to make it into a presentation, and you can kind of watch me make it into a presentation. So we'll do that after I run through my other list here. All right, buddy. Oh, just cool, man. Like, I think it's pretty cool people can watch this live streaming. Hmm. Trying to figure out how to like monitor this, monitor the live stream. Don't know how. Oh, here we go. View live in control room. Hmm. It's kind of dim, I think. It's also like, I feel like it's not super sharp. Maybe I need more light. Okay. Okay, let's do this, man. Dude, it looks way better on my screen. Like on the monitor here, it looks pixelated, but it doesn't look like that on my screen. Huh, interesting. Okay, I don't know if this thing is working. I think it is. Um, so yeah, cool. This is hmm, really. I'm trying to do a little. Maybe I should like increase the bit rate or something. I'll play with it next time and make it better. Okay, cool. Ugh. What we need is like some. All right. What we need is to send this proposal. Yeah. All right. So right now I'm sending a proposal or a response to a proposal. Well, we sent a proposal. They gave us feedback. Now we are responding to the feedback of the proposal. Are you a real estate? Cool. Super cool. So, all right, I'm done. I just sent that email. Hey, this is sweet, man. So, what do we got now? I'm gonna go here and oops, might change my mind on this though. Uh, no, it's supposedly it's important. Cool. So, what just happened? I just responded to a uh, again feedback on a proposal. Unfortunately, we were not the right fit for that particular client, which is too bad. I loved them. They came into the office. They actually, I guess, found us through AI, which is great. You know, I think what we're doing here and trying to explain that we have serious expertise in real estate bookkeeping and that you cannot just go to anybody. Just trying to convey that, trying to explain the gap between someone who says they can do it and the actual result that you get when you use someone who knows what they're doing versus someone who does not and just says they do. Like, this is a big gap. So anyways, there are good things that happened, right? We met some great local people. I feel like we, for sure, shine some light onto what they need, or maybe just kind of made them more aware of some ways to do it. Let's just put it that way. Okay. I hope that I also exposed them to, even though we weren't the right fit, we set quite a high bar of being able to communicate and, like, knowledge of real estate bookkeeping and real estate accounting. So I think they'll be able to compare future bookkeepers that they might go to against us. So, we gave them that tool just to compare. And really the main thing is that the scope that they were looking for was too limited. And, if we do something, we do it all the way. We're here to provide a legally defensible set of books. And again, kind of the gap is, it's like they kind of think they need this. I already know they need this. And maybe I failed to bridge that gap, or maybe, frankly, in order to hire us, because we're kind of specialists, let's just say, you pay for our expertise. And it might not make sense to pay for our expertise at every level of your business. We're kind of geared more towards folks who have an established business. They're doing very well, or at least they're bringing in quite a lot of income. Well, not quite a lot, but I mean, let's just say over 200K, 1 to 200K. Really, I think 150-ish is probably going to be the minimum in order to make sense of working with us. And, for those folks that they're growing their business and it just doesn't make financial sense for us to work with them, I totally understand. It's kind of a catch-22, because at some point, if you want to grow your business in any domain, you have to hire great people. Because what is a company? A company is like people that do things. A company is a group of people working together to solve problems for their clients and customers, for the market. They're solving a problem for the marketplace. And if you're not the only person doing it. You know what I mean? You're never the only person doing it. It's very rare that you're going from 0 to 1. And in fact, if you're going from 0 to 1, it's just as, or even more critical, that you get great people working with you. So I guess my point is that at some point, this catch-22 thing catches up to you. You need to hire great people, but great people charge a premium. So how are you going to hire great people who are going to allow your business to grow when you don't have the money to pay them, but you need them to get the money, but you don't have it now, so you can't get them? You see what I'm saying? That's the dilemma. So, I guess there's many ways to overcome that dilemma. But ultimately, the truth is that we want to work with people, and I will only work with people at this stage of the business who have already overcome that dilemma, one way or another. And in the meantime, I'm just going to offer a bunch of free information to folks, and they can serve themselves with this information. And even today, I'm going to try and release every single day some kind of instructional video on how to use QuickBooks Online to serve yourself as a real estate investor, and do your own books correctly. And you might be wondering, well, if you tell me that, why should I hire you? I can dig a ditch. I'm not going to, because my time is focused on the only bottleneck in the business. And if you are focused on something other than that, you are probably living out the chicken and egg situation in real time of the dilemma that I just explained. If you think you can do it yourself and you're like, oh, I'll figure out how to do that part of the business. Oh, and that part of the business and that part and that part. And I'll be great at doing all of them and nothing's ever going to slip. And then I'm going to run out and also increase my income and market and promote and close deals. No, you're not. You're not, because you're not a vampire. You know what I mean? That never has to sleep and has an endless amount of time and magical powers and everything else. Okay. So you need to focus in. Let me just talk about the dilemma. To solve the dilemma, you need to hire people. Okay. You need to hire good people that every time you talk to them, it happened again today, like with my client I'm working with today on site. He said verbatim, well, okay, I won't like verbatim what he said, but in general, it's been such a relief and such a freeing up of his mental space now that I've stepped in, solved the bookkeeping problem, coordinated with his tax pro, and everything else that is going on right there. Now he can move on. He's already starting to talk about ways to bring in more income, court investors, and everything else. So I guess I don't know if, again, nobody's even watching this, but if anybody sees this, I just want to put out there into the world again. Your job as a business owner is to market and innovate. And those two things, like, it's pretty much the whole business. I could get into what all that means why it boils down to that in a later video, but suffice it to say, you need to be focused on the one bottleneck in your business, and you need whatever the highest level problem is, either with marketing or innovation, whatever the bottleneck is to growth, you need to be focused on that one thing. That's why I'm doing this right here. This is marketing, right? And the innovation is like the operation. So maybe I will touch on this briefly. You've got to market to people, meaning you show the market some form or fashion what you do. You got to make them aware that you have this service, and ideally that you're going to do it in a certain way, right? Somebody or someone out there in the market, once you show it to the right person, the ideal person that is a perfect match for what you're offering, they take you up on it, okay? And they should, especially in the beginning, you need to find people where cost is not the barrier, okay? They just need someone who they can trust and that wants it done right, and they're happy to pay a premium, okay? You market that you can do that. Then you take them on. You can set everything else aside for a second because they just paid you a premium. You can bring on team members if you need, like you can satisfy this however you need because they paid you a premium, you've got the money, you make it happen, okay? Now, you might end up with no profit. You might still end up with a loss because you haven't innovated to the degree that you're super efficient in delivering the thing. But once you get the job, you fulfill it, and all the while you're fulfilling it, you're figuring out how to innovate. So now you've learned things. You've learned things about your target avatar, your customer, or your client, your ideal customer or client. You've learned things about them. You've learned things about the job. You've learned things about your own crew. You've learned things about your own technology, your own systems, your own opera. You've learned so much from this client that it's now we're going to innovate. And whatever innovations you put in place, whatever learnings there are, now you package that up, send it back out in marketing and explain, to that same target avatar. Now we've got even better marketing because we're doing bing, bing, bing. We've innovated in this way. We're a little different, than we were before. We've got hopefully a customer testimonial that we can prove that we've done it. That's an innovation in marketing as well. Now you send better marketing out. You get the same client or a better client. Ideally you're going to get the same client or a better client faster and with less marketing effort and cost because you've innovated. Now it comes back. Now you serve them even better. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's just a cycle. A business is just the cycle in the dance between marketing and innovation, right? That is why you need to get paid a premium in the beginning when you can't take on a lot of clients. You know what I mean? So honestly, at the moment, we're just trying to get up to 10 of our ideal clients. And, our process is such, our in-house overhead, let's just say, is such that that's still very profitable for us. Just 10 clients. And once you get a certain amount at like premium prices, there again, we're not overcharging anyone, okay? We're just trying to work with people that they're very happy to be one of our 10 slots, and they'll pay a premium to get in with us in one of our 10 slots because they ain't getting it anywhere else. I'm telling you, like, it's going to be so few and far between to get what we're offering that it's not even worth their time to go try and find it and to test it and to get burned by that person. And then all of this crap, they know it's not worth it. They're successful because they make good business decisions, and one of those is that person, I trust them. They're going to do a good job. My search is over. How much are they wanting? Fine. Debbie or Ron or Steve, I'm making up names here. Administrative executive assistant, whoever's in accounts payable, whatever. Pay these people. You're saying it's expensive. They're charging more than other people. Did you hear me? I don't care. I want this done. They can do it. Pay them. That's who we're trying to work with. And if you're a small growing business, that is who you need to work with. Well, how do I find those people? Now we're talking again about marketing and innovation. See what I mean? It's just about that. Hence this stream. Hence everything that we do, here at Bookkeeping Conroe with the marketing, right? I don't think there are too many other bookkeepers who are doing this live stream thing. Not to say that's a genius idea. I don't know if it'll work or not, but hey, we're giving it a shot. All right, now, with that, I'm going to establish our daily report MVP. And, reporting, again, this is also part of marketing innovation, okay? When you go market, you need to get your analytics back every single day. You need to be looking at your daily report. How many hits to the website? Where did they come from? Do we have any information on those demographics? What are they doing when they reach the website? Are they doing the thing that we want them to do? Like having a super clear understanding of what we're trying to get people to do. how do we, like, once the ideal person, the ideal client has seen us and they're curious about the offer and they click or they call, whatever it is that they do, they walk into our office, whatever it is, like they're now taking a step. You need to be able to track that and glean insights from those key metrics. And that's why if you have a website, you're running ads or anything else, you have a billboard up, you have posters in your local cafes, or you're going to chamber of commerce meetings, you're posting stuff on social media, whatever it is you're doing, you need to be getting analytics on all of it. If you're not getting analytics on it, uh, it'd be great if it's working, but you don't know. I mean, the only feedback you're going to get is if you do get if you do get business in the door and you're getting business at such a rapid pace that you're focused on the delivery innovation, but it's just silly. I think it's just so silly to not be getting metrics, because at some point you're going to have to, you will have scaled. Like in the best case scenario, you had too much work come in the door through whatever sources, you weren't tracking it. You've now innovated in your business to where you can manage and deliver high quality, make all these customers and clients happy. And now we're going to scale. Well, how do we scale? Like, I don't know. What exactly were we doing right that brought all these customers in the door? Oh, we weren't running metrics, so we have no idea. Now we got to go start that now, when if you'd been doing it from the beginning, you'd know the answer. So when it's time to scale, you just crank up the knob, you know? Hmm. This is interesting. Interesting to me, even though nobody's watching this. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and get this daily report going, because people are starting to watch the YouTube videos, a couple of YouTube videos I've launched. And we've even had someone download the free real estate chart of accounts. And I want a report that I look at every single morning that shows me, what all's happening with the marketing metrics, etc. Let's do that.